Welcome to Change by Choice. My name is Charlotte Froh, and I am a certified high performance coach. I focus primarily in on helping people achieve optimal success in their life through building a super strong mindset. I'm super excited today to be sharing with you a new free gift. The free gift is called Establishing the Success Mindset. And what I'm going to do today is really walk you through the whys and the how in terms of the actual download. So where you can find this information is through my free members lounge. And in that members lounge, you have access to anything that I have created that I'm giving to you in my community, to really share different resources and information so that you can continue on your path of self-discovery, of strengthening your mindset, really getting clarity on where you're at in life and where you want to go. And so you can click on the link that's in the description to be able to connect you to that members lounge. And that's where you're going to be able to download the new free gift. All right, so this is a huge topic, one that I speak to in probably every single podcast that I've done, which is, our mind can hold us back, right? Oftentimes, it's not really the obstacles that hold us back in life, it's really ourselves. And so the more clarity that you have in creating more awareness in your life with yourself in terms of being present to yourself, being mindful to yourself, will help you generate the information that you need to be able to move forward and really strengthen some of those areas. And so when you get the download, what you're going to find is it's broken into a few different sections. So I want you to start off by really acknowledging what your goals are. And so it's important to understand which way you want to go. And this may be, a section that may be hard for you, that may be challenging. But try and write something down to give yourself some type of forward momentum, something that you're trying to reach for, something that you are trying to move forward towards. And as anything else, you can change it along the way, right? We evolve, our goals evolve, you can change it at any single point in time. So don't ever feel like you're stuck in that process. But you want to have something generally that is guiding you, that's helping you focus, right? So write it down. What you're going to start off by doing is writing down a major goal in the following different areas. So looking at your financial and business, life arena, in terms of health, what's a goal that is really important to you in terms of your health goals, and then personal, something that really is more personal to you. And again, there's no having to compare to somebody else. This is just about you and your desires and your life. This is also starting to create that niche in that area for you to just become more clear. So just by even asking those questions will help you start to generate a little bit more momentum. And you may be super clear. This may already be something that you have written down, especially, if you followed any of my other podcasts or have used any of my other resources. You may already be in the process of journaling. You may have already been using the daily planner. This is all incredible. They're all incredible steps to be able to help you move forward. So again, you want to write it down. If you compare this with journaling and maybe you haven't started the journaling process yet, I really encourage you to do that. The more information that you have, the better. And, if you download the journaling download, then you're going to be able to be instructed on how to actually journal in your life. And so it can be a really daunting process for a lot of people. And I wanted to create a little bit more clarity around how you can just get that process started and start to see the wheels moving. And hopefully you're getting some more information just based off of that step. So once you've done that, what you want to do is just move over to what you're going to find. It's step 3. Step 3 is the mindset assessment. That's what it looks like. And basically what you're doing is evaluating where you fall into, not every single situation specifically. You want to kind of do a bit of an average, right? And so it's broken down into different categories about productivity, of how you respond to conflict, how you're showing, how you view success in general, how you show up for other people, so on and so forth. And then it's three different ways that your mindset might be really connected to. And so you're going to read each description, and what you're doing is you're going to circle the one that best describes how you usually will either respond to situations or think about situations. So again, you might have anomalies, but I want you to look at the average. Which one do you fall into? Now, this isn't the time where you want to, like, no one's going to see your responses, right? You really just want to be honest with yourself, because in that space, you're then going to know what you need to do to move forward. And that's really what this exercise is meant to do. So when you look at all the different categories, right? The column at the end is really showing you how a high performer thinks differently. Now, even when I do this exercise, I'm not always in that high performer category at the end, right? And I believe that there's an ebb and flow that happens in different stages in our life, when we're handed different obstacles, when we feel, sometimes we're at our best and sometimes we're not. And so you can continue to do this exercise over and over again, depending on where you're at. But basically, this will give you a good indication on where you fall into. So what does it all mean, right? And that's a huge question that I get asked. It's not meant to make you feel bad. It's just meant to give you information, to give you a little bit more clarity so that you can start to strengthen and build. And it's also meant to help you acknowledge where you're already really strong. So you may be a high performer in certain categories. You may, be at a place where maybe your mindset is limited. It's really holding you back. Or you may be really comfortable in certain areas, and comfortable isn't always good, right? Nothing grows when we're just comfortable and complacent. We've just gotten used to doing things a certain way. We're not necessarily challenging ourselves and pushing ourselves to that next level of success. And so that's what I want you to really do with the information, is start to acknowledge where you're at in different areas of your life, and then start to set some actions. So, the next part, what you're really doing is acknowledging what are the two biggest obstacles that you have based on the information that you just went through. And then what's the action that you're going to take to help you move the needle forward in terms of developing a strong mindset with those specific obstacles. So really, it is a huge exercise on reflection. And you'll get a lot of information as to where you're at just based on how you even look at the questions and what you feel through the questions. So a huge recommendation, like I talked to you about journaling, with this process specifically, journal. So as you're doing it and you're reading it, if there's any verbal, let's say garbage that comes up in your head, where you're like, oh, I knew you weren't going to be good enough there, or gosh, like, why can't you get that part right? If you have any kind of conversation that's happening in your head as you're doing this exercise, I want you to write that down, because that is what's holding you back. The more information you have here, the greater awareness that you will create within yourself, within your head, and you'll be able to start to hopefully make some choices of action that are going to move you forward and develop a stronger mindset there. So if you are finding you got through the exercise and you're like, no, you know what, I feel really great about myself right now. I feel like, even though I've got a few areas that I'm working on here, this is, this is where I've really been succeeding. Give yourselves gratitude, write it down. If you're finding that you got through the exercise, the assessment, and at the end, you're really hard on yourself, you're being really critical, or you're in comparison as to like thinking, I wonder what she would have gotten in her assessment, or I wonder who else would have gotten different areas that they've circled. So write it down, because that gives you valuable information so that you can move forward. And, and that's the first step in the entire process, is really gaining that awareness and that understanding. So it's not about getting hard on yourself and feeling really stuck. It's about how can you champion for yourself. At the end of the day, why you wrote down those goals at the beginning is because that's hopefully what you're trying to work towards. And your mindset is either going to hold you back from that, or it's going to help you get there. And that's what I'm trying to focus in on, is helping you bridge that gap so that you're not stepping in front of your own way. You're able to move yourself forward with the momentum that you need and with the tools that you need to be able to get there. And that really is that success mindset, and you can equate success to whatever it is that you want, whether it be financial, whether it be kind of tangible results, whether it be, a certain goal that you're achieving, whatever success means to you, it means to you. What I hope that you also achieve is that you do get that financial success, that you're achieving the level of income that is connected to what you feel your worth is. And if you're not, this is why this work is so important, because those challenges don't need to be there. There doesn't need to be a ceiling there. And so let's start to break those layers. Let's start to shatter some of those myths and help you develop a strong mindset that really, you may hear me talk about it in the way of like developing a 7-figure mindset. It's not just about the money. It's about how does your mindset need to function so that you could get there, so that while you're there, you can enjoy it. And for people who are already there, are you enjoying the breath of your life? Is it at the expense of other things in your life? And so that's really important. It's key. Some people get there, they don't know how to work with it. It all has to do with your mindset. So stick with me and you're going to see that you're going to move forward. You're going to give yourself grace. You're going to be happier in the process. You're going to gain the skill and the strength to be able to move yourself forward. I'm really excited to be on that journey with you. What you can expect for next steps, keep your eyes peeled. So I've got my Facebook group, Charlotte Furrow Change by Choice. You've also got my blog on charlottefurrow.com, obviously this podcast here. And what you're going to find is I'm going to be rolling out the Clarity Method. And this is going to be a huge program that is going to help you really get the clarity that you need to be able to move yourself forward beyond what we've just been speaking about right now. And so if you've been feeling stuck, especially when you're trying to, really assess and look at what are you working towards, how do you start to connect a little bit of purpose in there so that you have more meaning, that you're leading purposefully in your life, so that the results that you're achieving are really aligned with the goals that you're setting, and that you're challenging yourself. You're not just okay and complacent. And we can all just say things are fine, things are good, things are okay, but are they? And why can't they be great? So let's start to open up that dialogue. Keep your eyes peeled for the Clarity Method. I'm really excited. It's a brand new program that's going to be rolled out. And like I said, I'm super excited to share it with you. So hopefully this has helped you just in terms of this new free gift that I have rolled out. And everything is a step of clarity. Everything that we get handed, it is not meant for us to feel bad in that process. It's really to help us ask the right questions so that we know how to move forward. And I'm hoping that you're going to start to create a little bit more of that unemotional attachment to the information you're getting in life so that you can look at it and move yourself forward, right? Because let's not waste the days that we have. Everything that we can do, we can change by choice, right? And that choice happens, one step at a time. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Please reach out if you've got any questions or you need any information, if you want something specific that you want me to talk to on my podcast. And have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care.